Hello, my name is Robin Ulrich, and this is my reading autobiography. I was like any other child growing up. My mother read books to me, and those included The Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and any other books that I may like. But my true love for reading came from me living in Europe. There's all these places that I visited with my parents that I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. We went to places like Glastonbury, where supposedly King Arthur and Guinevere are buried. And since that time frame, I've also started to read a lot of the King Arthur books and the King Arthur legends, because there's always some truth, some history within those legends. You just gotta dig and find it all out. And I also went to other places like Bath in England, where there's a whole bunch of hot springs, natural hot springs, or the catacombs in Italy. What I've also came to realize during this was that books, if you could find older editions, you'd be surprised on what they say and how they differ from ones like we would read currently today. I mean, just look at books like Dante's Divine Comedy. It has been translated so many different ways over the years that if you want a kind of a complete picture, you kind of have to keep going back and finding the older books to see if you can understand what it was originally supposed to mean. There's also books like Candid from Voltaire, or Homer's The Iliad and the Odyssey. Each translation makes the story just a little bit different, and you kind of have to see the older books to see what may have been originally meant or what it meant for the time. I also went to places like the Berlin Wall growing up, and it made me want to learn more about World War II and the Cold War and things like that. So I did a lot of research and a lot of reading in regards to that. Also went to other places in England, including Sherwood Forest of all places, and started reading books about Robin Hood and understanding the legend of Robin Hood and where he came from and the different characters of that and what it tells about the time frame and the time period. Even though I enjoyed reading due to these places I was going and the history of these places, I was not a person that read well. So for the most part, I read comic books and mangas and things like that because I enjoyed the pictures that was in them and how the words kind of helped to understand the pictures and vice versa. I still read mangas today and other comic books as well because they still help me with my comprehension skills and my fluency skills that I've tried to build up through my whole reading career. But the one thing that came from all this is that I love to read. Right now, I have 4 books sitting on my nightstand. Well, I haven't been reading them lately, but it's because I've been in school, and school reading does come first. But as soon as school ends, I will pick up these books right where I left off, and everything will be fine.